Welcome to the Little Black Dress Project. We are in lesson 3, crushing cravings and conquering overeating. Okay, we've talked a ton about, going through the holiday season and tackling those holiday hurdles. Now I want to, just look a little bit outside of that and tackle hunger. Okay, there's really only 2 reasons why we eat. It's nutrition or nutrient deficiency and energy deficiency. The whole point of this is to make you guys more aware of how you guys feel. Because when you guys are really, really, really in tune with how you guys feel, you guys will be able to break those old habits and create new, healthy, long-term lifestyle behaviors, okay? So just bear with me in this presentation talking about hunger, okay? Because it is really, really important that you guys understand it. So the 2 reasons why we eat is nutrient deficiency. Our body's going, hey, I'm lacking vitamins, minerals, different things that I need in my body that food provides. Or I need some calories, I need some energy to function. There's also 2 types of overeating. One, we eat, I don't know if I have enough right. Hold on. We eat with no physiological need. Bear with me on that. So that would be like you're grazing throughout the day, or say you have a candy jar on your desk and you're eating that, or say you have a pitch-in at work and you're not really hungry but you're eating that throughout the day, okay? That might be that. Or we overeat. This is terrible. We overeat in one sitting, okay? So that might be if you go out with friends or you're at home and you just eat a big portion in one sitting, okay? So there's 2 different ways that we overeat. We graze all day and we have a big amount of calories throughout that day, or we overeat in one sitting. So why do we do that? Culturally, there's 4 reasons why we do that. One is we are taught to finish our plate. I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, our plates were a lot smaller, and now our plates are a lot bigger. And when I was younger, I was taught to clean my plate, and that is just something that I habitually did throughout my life. And so later in life, I just naturally would do that, and so we tend to eat more calories. And when you go out to eat, the plates are bigger, and you tend to eat more calories. The next one is advertising. And a very interesting story about advertising is, as some of you guys know, back in 2012, I was on Dr. Phil, and he had sent me to the #1 eating disorder treatment center in the United States. And I went there for 8 weeks, and one of the therapy classes that we went to throughout the day was nothing but marketing and advertising. If that doesn't tell you how powerful that is when it comes to the emotional associations that we have with food and how we feel about ourselves and those kinds of things, I mean, I don't know what does. So that can trigger us wanting to eat at certain places, having different types of cravings, maybe increased stress. The next thing is we are in a fast-paced world. We're constantly on the go. We don't have time to meal prep. We want to go through drive-through. And a lot of times when we do that, we don't have quality food. And that is the next one. And I'm going to tie these all together. So when we are eating processed food, so when you look on the back of an ingredients label and you notice that something has a ton of chemicals in it, that is not something that's going to sustain us for a long period of time. So what's that mean? That means that it might not have the carbohydrates, the fiber, the nutrients that our body needs. And so we'll find that we're hungry a lot sooner. Instead of holding us off for 5 hours, it might only hold us off for 2 hours. So what else does that mean? That means we're eating like every 2 hours opposed to 5 hours. So not only are we eating more frequently, we're probably getting in a lot more calories than we should. And we find that we are actually grazing way more than we should because we're not eating quality food, giving our body the nutrients that it needs. Okay? Another thing that you guys are probably, I thought this too at one time, is like, but like trying to tie in the emotion, but I overeat because I'm stressed or I'm anxious or I'm an emotional person, and yada, 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 those kinds of things. The things that trigger our emotions. What does that do? If we are super emotional, super stressed out, that triggers our cortisol. Our cortisol is our stress hormone. That's the hormone that says fight or flight. That says something's going to happen to us and we need to flee, or we need to get ourselves to safety. That's what our body naturally does. And so what does that mean? That means our body needs energy. So our body goes, hey, you need fuel. You need more energy. So you need to crave, or you need to have hunger to have that energy. Does that make sense? High stress, high cortisol. Cortisol says fight or flight. That means I need more energy. That means I want more food, more hunger, right? Okay, so it all ties together. And if you see, these things also tie together. So advertising, that might have some emotional association. That might have some social pressure to it. Processed food, that can have elevated stress. When we eat processed food, it causes stress to our body, causes inflammation. When we're in a fast-paced world, that's broken routines. These are the things that we've just been talking to you about in previous lessons. And the whole point of this is just to kind of bring some awareness to you guys and make it very simple. If you guys aren't feeling physical hunger, because I didn't know the difference, guys. I did not know the difference for the longest time, that it was this simple, that we only ate due to nutrient deficiency and energy deficiency, and that there was a difference between physical hunger and like cravings, right? And we're going to teach you guys that. We're going to talk to you guys about hunger and how it's a physiological need in the next lessons, and how to manage that so that you guys can be successful. Because for me, I'm going to give you the example. I've had to learn that. I had to bring a lot of awareness to myself that when I'm physically hungry, my energy goes down. I'm physically drained, okay? And then I notice if I'm having more of a craving, my energy goes up. Like I'm actually anxious and I'm actually craving something very, very specific. Whereas if I'm hungry, I notice that my energy goes down and I just want food. I don't necessarily want something super specific. And so we're going to talk to you guys about how, like a little bit more about hunger, how to manage it so that you guys can be more successful in life when it comes to your nutrition, your fitness, and those body goals. So let's rock that little black dress.